Council, you can proceed when you're ready.
The first time I led singing in church, I was 7 years old. I planned a lot about how I was going to lead this song, what song I was going to sing, how I was going to lead it. I practiced in front of my parents. I wanted to do really well. And I remember vividly sitting on the front row with all the other kids who were going to be leading singing that Sunday morning. There was a kid right in front of me who was going to go right before me, and he leaned over and he said, what song are you going to sing? So I told him, and to my surprise, he stood up and he led my song. Something about it felt unfair. Something about it didn't feel right, that I had worked hard, that I had planned, and that he had taken something that was mine. Dr. Love is a member of your community who has put effort and time not only into his campaign, not only into his slogan, the Love Look, but he has put time and effort into your community, into his practice. I'm about to tell you a little bit of why and how legally he should win today. Why it makes sense for you to side with Dr. Love. But he should also win today because something about what has happened, something about what Regency has done, just doesn't feel fair. You're about to receive some instructions of how you just make your decision today. But before you receive those, I'd like to walk you through a couple of things you're going to read and maybe remind you of some of the things we've learned today in this courtroom. One of the things you're going to be asked to weigh, to think about, first, is how distinct my client Dr. Love's slogan is. And as you saw, and as you heard in the testimony, it is quite distinct. The slogan doesn't refer to Dr. Love making other patients look like him. It's not descriptive in some way like that, but it describes who he is as a cosmetic surgeon. It describes his practice. You heard a testimony from Dr. Brantley that 74% of the people in your community recognize this slogan. And they understand that it connects to Dr. Love and his practice. So today you should find that it is in fact a distinct slogan. Next, you're going to be asked about the similarity of the services that Regency provides and that Dr. Love provides. Before today, you might not have thought much about the differences between plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery or dermatology, and many people in your community you saw today don't really understand or know much about the differences either. Chick-fil-A sells chicken. McDonald's sells hamburgers. There's some differences there, but if Chick-fil-A starts telling people, I'm loving it, there's going to be some problems. And not only do they have similar services in the types of things they do, but they have exact procedures that are the exact same that you heard today. So surely you can see that they do in fact provide similar services. Next, you're going to be asked about the similarity of their slogans. And this one shouldn't be too hard either. The word of and flip-flopping a few words doesn't change things very much. We've not only seen, just by looking at the two slogans, how similar they are, but we've seen actual confusion in Catherine Delp's testimony today. So surely you can see that these slogans are extremely similar to one another. Next, you're going to be asked about evidence of actual confusion. And again, you listened to Ms. Delp. You listened to Dr. Love testify about actual people in your community who have been confused by these two slogans, and you've even listened to the defendants speak about people who have called their business and who have been confused about who they were calling. So surely there is evidence of actual confusion today. Next, you're going to be asked about the similarity of the marketing channels that each company used. We all watch television. We all read magazines. They're different in some ways, surely. but everyone reads magazines and everyone watches TV. And again, we've seen people who have seen both ads, who have been confused, and who have made mistakes going to the incorrect office. Next, you're going to be asked about what's going to say on the instructions is the likelihood of purchaser care in selecting a cosmetic surgery provider. What does that mean? What it's really getting at is how much are people going to research before they choose a doctor? I don't know if the last time you bought a car, but whenever I buy a car, I have to think a lot about it. I do a lot of research. I never feel like I do quite enough, though. I never feel like I've looked or understood as much as I could. And it's that way with this as well. Again, Catherine Delp. Again, the people you heard that called Regency, even if they put in a lot of time in researching this, it can still make mistakes, especially when these slogans are so similar. Next, you're going to be asked about whether the defendant intended to capitalize on the plaintiff's slogan. Can everyone see this up here?
Yes.
Regency, and particularly Dr. Segan, you heard, wrote a letter to my client, to Dr. Love. Ended the letter by saying, "Good luck in your dermatology practice." And you also saw from Mr. Forrester, who spoke about the damages, who spoke about the financial records between Regency and Dr. Love. And you saw that Dr. Love's non-cosmetic procedures have been going up. Her good luck worked. And he has been making money in his non-cosmetic practice. But his cosmetic practice has been going down. His cosmetic practice has been constantly losing money since Regency came in. It seems very clear that they did intend to capitalize by using this similar slogan. And last, you're going to be asked about whether or not there is any evidence of the defendant's expansion of its cosmetic surgery services to more closely resemble the plaintiffs. Again, what does that mean? Did they start doing things that Dr. Love was doing? Did they start providing the same services that he provided? And again, we've seen documented evidence of people being confused because the services that they were looking for were the same services that Regency and Dr. Love provided. I didn't know what to do when he started singing that song. So I got up and I led the exact same song again. The church had to sing the exact same song. And I remember driving home and asking my dad at 7 years old, why did that kid do that? Why did he sing the song that I had prepared, that I had worked hard on? And he just asked a question and got up and did it. And I'll never forget what my dad said. He said, "Son, sometimes people take what's yours." The law is on Dr. Love's side. The law is on his side. But something about this, and more importantly, something about this feels unfair. So we're going to ask you today, when you get these instructions, to side with the law, of course, but also to side with Dr. Love, because that is what is fair. Thank you.